Hey guys, what's up? Thanks for checking out episode 36 of the Poker Monk vlog. I just wrapped up my last coaching session with Mark Warner of exceptionalpoker.com, and man, what a great experience all that coaching was. Mark and I will be doing some what I'm calling maintenance sessions in the near future, so this is definitely not the last you'll hear of Mark and all the great work he's doing over on his website. In the meantime, make sure you head over to exceptionalpoker.com and check out all the free resources Mark's got just waiting for you there. You'll find a link to that website in the description below. So now my goal is to begin plugging all the leaks that Mark and I discovered and to really devote myself to working on my fundamentals. I am really excited to tell you guys that I don't have to figure out the best and most efficient way to go about that on my own. Dr. Tricia Gardner, who's the author of Positive Poker and another book called Peak Poker Performance, and is just one of the leading experts on performance psychology, has just generously offered to take me on as a client and meet with me weekly to construct a plan to start achieving all these goals I've got. We'll of course be working on poker related stuff like creating an effective and deliberate course of study to improve my game, but we'll also be tackling things like weight loss, meditation, and creating a system where I can produce YouTube content more frequently and consistently. I can't tell you how excited I am to be working with Dr. Gardner and to start making some really positive changes in my life. But what I'm really excited about is being able to share all this cool stuff she's teaching me with you guys, so if you're into that, you can start making some positive changes in your own life as well. If you head over to her website at peakpokermindset.com, you can take a totally free course on revving up your poker success and begin designing your best year ever. You'll also find a link to that website in the description below. All right, let's get to the episode. If you remember the last episode, Patti and I visited this super awesome place called Dinosaur Kingdom II, which was made by this artist named Mark Cline. Mark, being the super cool guy that he is, allowed Patti and I to come over and tour, I don't even know what to call it, his compound, but it's the place where he designs and creates all this really amazing stuff. We had an incredible time and we're just blown away by what we saw, and I think you guys will dig it too. After that, I'm off to Maryland Live for an overnight trip to see if I can start digging myself out of the hole I created with this recent downswing and get back to building my bankroll so I can finally move up to 2.5. I hope you enjoy the episode, and I look forward to talking to you guys in the comments. So the artist behind that Dinosaur Kingdom was gracious enough to let us come and tour his studio. It's incredible. Wait till you see this thing. Come on, check it out with us.
This summer I'll be by your side. A wonder that you can't describe. How long will you wait for me? I want you to see what I
It's your hearse, honey. It's Patty's hearse.
I see you. How I see you. I'm looking out, it's really far. I felt a tingle in my heart. The sun has set, the stars will appear. In many ways it's great up here. Somehow life goes on. The stars we know are gone. In this lonely place, I still see your face. I go round and round until every sound is a symphony from my heartbeat.
Hey, what's up guys? So I'm trying something new today. I'm headed out to Maryland Live for a poker session, but instead of driving out there, playing a single session and then driving back, I'm actually booked a room and gonna stay the night. So I'll play a session when I get there, hopefully a second session later in the evening, and then another session in the morning before I come home. So I should get a ton of hours in, at least a lot more than I normally would get in on a weekday like this. And yeah, really looking forward to it. I got really lucky on a hotel deal through Priceline. kind of gambled a little bit and got this kind of really cool kind of hipster style hotel. So looking forward to checking that place out. So yeah, let's hit the road. I got to check in first the hotel, and then I'm going to head straight over to Maryland Live. I'll see you out there. I just got to the hotel a little bit ago, kind of laid down for a little bit, relaxed after the long drive, watched a little Shark Tank, which was good. The drive was kind of terrible. The GPS took me a really crazy way. I ended up kind of timing it bad and just hitting it right in the middle of the rush hour, so it took me forever to get here, but the hotel is super swanky and nice, so really kind of, I got such a good deal on it, so feeling really good about that. But yeah, not here to hang out at the hotel. I can actually see Maryland Live through my window, so I'm gonna head over there and get into a game. Just taking my first break. I'm in a pretty wild game. It's been real splashy, but luckily only maybe 2 of the players seem any good. So I've only played 2 hands. I've been playing for about an hour and a half. I've played 2 hands really that went to the flop at least. And the first one I lost a buy-in, and the second one I gained it all back. So I'm just short, maybe 20 bucks short of being even right now, but a bit of a roller coaster. Gonna get back in there, try to grind out a win tonight. Just taking a break to check in with you guys. I'm down a little bit right now, about 60 or 70 bucks, no big deal. The table's been interesting, kind of frustrating in a way, but kind of good. I'm having some trouble finding kind of the pain threshold for opening raises. People will limp in and then seem to call almost any bet size. For instance, in this last hand that I'm thinking about, I had pocket queens. There was 3 limps ahead of me. I made it 25 and got 5 callers. So it's pretty crazy. You know, that sounds good, but when the flop comes ace, king, 10, with 2 diamonds and you've got 2 black queens, it can be a little frustrating. But I think my plan is just to tighten up here a lot, hopefully make a big hand, because big hands are getting paid off pretty well. All right, let's head back to the house, talk about a couple interesting hands I played. All right, let's do some hand analysis. In this first hand, I'm under the gun +1 with about $200 in my stack, and I pick up pocket jacks. Under the gun limps, I raise it to $14. The cutoff, who's only got about $88 left, he calls, and so does the big blind. 45 bucks in the pot, and the flop comes 8, 10, deuce, rainbow. The big blind, he donks out $10, which, as most of you know, is usually a sign of a pretty marginal hand. So I go ahead and immediately raise it to $30. The cutoff immediately shoves for his last $74, and the big blind folds. So for quite a while, the cutoff has been trying to kind of bully the table with some pretty marginal hands, and he'd definitely be shoving here with draws and hands like ace 8, Jack 10, kind of marginal hands like that. So even though I'm a little fearful of a set, his range is so wide here and full of hands worse than mine that I think this is a fairly straightforward call. So I go ahead and put in the $74, and the board runs out king of hearts, deuce of diamonds. He flips over 10-6 of hearts, and my hand is good. Even for this player, this seemed pretty awful. He called a pre-flop 7x raise with 10-6 suited. Just wow. But whatever, good for us, we'll take it. On to the next hand. In this next hand, I've got about $180 in my stack and pick up pocket 2s on the button. There are 4 limps ahead of me. I go ahead and limp, and so do the blinds. So just 7 of us to the flop, and it comes 7, deuce, 5 with 2 clubs. So under the gun, he bets out 7, and a middle position player and the cutoff, who are both in their 60s and really kind of super loose passive players, they both call. With a flush on board and some kind of straight draws, I don't want to screw around with any slow playing here, so I go ahead and put in a raise and make it 37 to go. Under the gun folds, and both the middle position player and the cutoff, they both call. So 132 in the pot, and the turn is the 9 of clubs. Not the card I wanted to see. The middle position player, he immediately shoves all in for $131, and surprisingly, the cutoff calls pretty quickly. So with this all in and immediate flat call, it very much looks like the middle position player made a flush and the cutoff made probably a smaller flush that he can't get away from. The pot here is laying me 3-1, and the odds of hitting my full house on the river is about 5.5-1. So I'm not getting the right odds to call. So I just fold, right? Of course not. There's a bunch of chips in the middle, and I've got a set. Odds be damned, I'm gonna call. I'm just not good enough to fold this set yet. So 3 of us see the river, 1 all in, and it comes 10 of diamonds. Don't make my full house. The cutoff checks, so do I, and the cutoff flips over king 6 of clubs and drags the pot. And of course, I'll immediately start berating myself for making a bad call. It happens. In this last one, I'm in the big blind with about $350 in my stack, and I pick up pocket queens. There are 4 limps ahead of me. I bump it up to 17, under the gun +1, MP1, and MP2 all call. 70 bucks in the pot, and the flop comes ace, 6, deuce, 2 clubs. I c-bet $25, under the gun +1, and MP2 both call. In hindsight, I'm not so sure about this c-bet here. In game, I reasoned that my range was very ace heavy, but now I'm starting to worry a little bit that c-betting with an ace on board like this is just kind of burning money. On the other hand, checking every time an ace comes on board is a pretty weak line and feels like I would just be broadcasting that I had a smaller pair. So what do you guys think about this situation? Do you c-bet here or not? Anyway, back to the hand. 3 of us see the turn, which comes a jack of spades. I check. Under the gun +1 bets out $25, and the middle position player calls. This, of course, is a really small bet. He's betting 25 into 145, so I'm really tempted to call. The problem is, I think he's never bluffing here. First of all, I don't think he'd ever bet so small as a bluff. He must know that no one's ever going to lay down an ace to such a small bet. So obviously he doesn't fear getting a call here, which means he's value betting. My guess is that he's got some kind of like weak suited ace, or maybe ace jack, and he's picked up 2 pair and feels super safe betting this board now. So even though it's a tiny bet and super tempting, I decide to lay it down. So what do you guys think? Did I make a mistake here, or did I do the right thing in laying it down? Let me know what you think in the comments. All right, so that's the end of tonight's session. My game kind of fell apart. We were down to 4 players, and they were willing to move me to another table, but it's already 1:30, and I was ready to go. Put in about a 4.5-hour session. Man, long day. I got up at like 8 a.m., worked on the vlog until 2 o'clock, then drove out here, got here around 6 o'clock, and then played until 1:15 a.m. So that's a long day. I'm looking forward to going back to the hotel and getting some sleep. I did take a loss today, just a little one, -80, but hopefully I'll get it back tomorrow. Gonna get up early, have some breakfast in the morning, and then come back here to Maryland Live and put in another session. I'll see you guys in the morning. Hey, good morning everybody. It's Friday at about 10 a.m. I'm still in the hotel here. I got up pretty early today actually. I have trouble sleeping in hotels. I don't know if you guys are like that, but so I only got 4 or 5 hours of sleep, if that. And I'm a 9-hour guy. I need a lot of sleep. But yeah, I got up, took some footage of the hotel that I forgot to get yesterday, showered of course, and now I'm gonna go check out, get some breakfast someplace. Hopefully there's a Denny's or something around so I can get a quick bite, and then hit the casino again. Promotions over at Maryland Live's, the kind of lucky seat drawing I think they're having start at around 11, so I want to be there for those promotions and play for a few hours, and then maybe around 3 or so hit the road and head back home. Hopefully make up for the loss yesterday and take home a win today, but trying not to be results oriented, so just gonna focus on playing the best I can today. I changed my mind about breakfast. Instead got some kind of healthy looking blueberry and granola oatmeal from Panera. Much quicker. You can see how excited I am about it. Taking a break here, been playing for about 2 hours. It's an okay game. I'm down just short of a buy-in, so it's not going great, but the worst part is I'm sitting in seat 6, so I'm in the middle of the table and the guys on each side of me are doing that, they're man spreading all over the place, so there's no room, and one of the guys next to me, his breath is just freaking horrible, and I'm literally keeping my hand over my face the whole time. Looks like I'm doing like a WSOP, hide the tells kind of thing, but his breath is just so bad that I'm keeping my face covered. I've had a seat change button for 2 hours, but because it's daytime, nobody's leaving. I'm actually thinking about getting a table change, which is kind of a bummer because the table's decent, but I'm just not comfortable. It's no fun that way, so yeah. I'm gonna get a table change. Well, I did end up switching tables and it's much better. I'm still losing, but at least I'm losing in a much more comfortable environment, so that's something, right? Another losing session, minus 300 this time. So a total loss of 380 for this trip. It's not a big loss, but you know, it's a little bit of a bummer. You come out on these trips, you stay in a hotel, kind of come out here with high hopes of having a big win, and then when you don't, it's a little bit of a downer. I'm trying to keep a positive attitude about it. I realize this is just 2 sessions within, you know, one long giant session, you know, that is my poker life. Not taking it real hard or anything. It's only 380 bucks, but yeah, I'd like to have put in a win, but we'll get them next time. So that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll talk to you in the comments.